Hey everybody, Shav and Nobody Else's Auto, 7 o'clock Tuesday evening, time for some Toy Tuesday. We got some killer oil cans to check out tonight. Now, if some of you guys caught the short from last weekend, you'll know I got down back into southeast Kansas, southwest corner of Missouri area like I go to a couple times a year. And they had Mopars at Mocan Dragway down between Pittsburgh and Joplin. So had to pop in there, saw some friends. And they have a small swap meet last year. I don't know if you guys remember or not. I got the really killer Dodge Colt sign. Not that anybody would want a Dodge Colt, but it's a beautiful Dodge Colt sign. I got the really cool Viper poster, the 96 GTS pace car showroom poster. So I got some really cool stuff there last year. Happened to be going down through the same weekend this year. Thought, better check it out. So we did the short there. Hopefully you guys caught the short. Ended up almost filling the truck and still had other places to go that day. So really hadn't intended on doing that, but that's kind of the way it works out sometimes. What was really cool about it is one of the guys I bought a lot of this stuff from, Gabriel's here, is a dude that I used to work with at Chrysler way back when I worked corporate. So it was great to be able to reconnect with him a little bit, spend some time chatting with him, and he had some really cool stuff. Buick Man's here. Brian Dispatch. So we ended up, I ended up buying some parts and a bunch of cool cans from him. Ran over the Nut Farm. And then a good buddy of mine, he actually had some little A-body Barracuda parts. And my buddy's got like 4 of those. So and he ended up getting a bunch of extra pieces, as well as some things he's been looking for his Barracudas. So Jim's here with us. So turned out to be for a small swap meet. There's Kenny. Peter's here. For a small swap meet, I mean, I'm talking like 10 or 15 vendors. Really did pretty well. And then, of course, there's a salvage yard I always go to down that area you guys know about. Had to get there. Some antique shops. Just a lot of things happening that day. And I got the truck unloaded yesterday, so that video will be coming out of everything scattered out in the driveway. So there's Bill Wagaman. But really turned into a pretty decent trip. I was excited. We didn't get any storms here. Now, last weekend, there was a ton of rain. In fact, we got detoured on the way home Sunday because one of the major highways was flooded out. But around here, so far, it's been good. Now, tomorrow is looking pretty sketchy in this area. There's like a big, nasty red circle for tomorrow, and we're like right in the middle of that big, nasty red circle. So I'm hoping tomorrow stays calm. So far, so good. We'll keep our fingers crossed. There's Bill Disc. They're in there, Randall, but I haven't unloaded it. Greg's here. Frank's here. Got your check today, Frank. So, all the sheet metal for that truck, the doors, the grill panel, the fenders, the running boards, is all piled in the back of that truck. I literally just took one big strap, wrapped it around the sheet metal, and the doors I had laying flat on there, but all the rest of that was all piled in the back. Ran a strap around it, headed back to the yard, unstrapped it, shoved it off, and that's as far as it's gotten. So they are there. That's all I know. Or at least one of them is there. I know I saw one of them. But I'm going to start. I'll get that thing sorted out. We'll do a full video on it here in the near future. So, but did get that done today. And while I was there, ended up picking up some other cool stuff. Tweedled's here, a little bit more new old stock. I get the super killer little 30s era bumper guard with some chevrons on it. I got some awesome sales literature that we'll probably squeeze in here maybe next week or the week after. Bill wants my Snickers bar. Yeah, that's a ginormous Snickers bar. It was pretty cool. I kind of had to buy that. There's numero uno. Number 1 is here and ready to go. So, but like I said, it was a great weekend. I had a lot of fun. And one thing I did get for me was some killer Mopar cans from this guy that I used to work with at Chrysler. This was, he started gathering this stuff up years ago. It was a 53 Dodge is what I picked up today. And he was selling off some of his extra cans. I did kind of throw him for a loop because I don't know if I've got any of these cans. And I just said, what do you want for him? He's like, what do you mean? I said, what do you want for him? Dan, I hope everything's going well with Dan. Sounds good. You're out of the hospital. That's great. I really threw it for a loop. He's like, I got to think about that. He goes, I didn't expect that. He's like, I don't think I've got any of them. I want them all. So we ended up getting a deal worked out on the Barracuda parts, the cans, 3 or 4 small boxes of parts. There were some cool Newell stock Mopar in some of those boxes. Absolutely stunning set of 70s era Dodge pickup rear fenders for a step side that I think are new takeoffs. All that stuff's going to be in the video, so there's some pretty cool stuff. But tonight we're going to focus on some of these Mopar cans. What we're going to look at tonight was actually we've got two old cans, like early cans, like 40s, 50s. Then we're getting into a green Mopar can from the 60s, which was kind of their general service line that they actually carried to kind of try to get into other markets for other cars. So kind of a general purpose service line that I can't remember what they called it here. Multi-purpose line is what Mopar called it. So I did get a handful of those cans too, and I don't think I had any of them. So I did buy obviously what he had there. So we're going to check out some of these awesome Mopar cans. So I'm excited about them. I'm, like I said, super great to connect with an old friend I used to work with 20-some years ago. William Chesum's here. And plus, hanging out with some other friends down there. Ran out there for, I thought, 30 minutes. Ended up being there for 2 hours. But, hey, it was worth it. Got some cool stuff. Got to talk to some cool people. And had a great time. So, let's go ahead and check out some of these cans. Let's flip the camera around. We've got company up here tonight that I doubt he's going to move, so we'll see. Are you going to move, Dum Dum? He ain't flinching. He's going to make us work around him. Yep. All right. Let's get into some of these cans. We'll start off with a couple of these earlier ones first. I haven't polished these yet. I can't wait to polish them because these are amazing. I'm going to see if there's a date on this one. And I do not see it. I'm pretty sure this is 50s. Mopar crankcase detergent and rust inhibitor. Chrysler engineered. Let me grab my tape measure. Drink for the cat. There we go. Check this one out. Yeah, he's had a hard day of doing nothing. I mean, condition on this thing is amazing. This is an original paper sticker still on it. Information on the back. This is brand new. It's still full, old school metal can. A little over 5 inches tall. And almost 3 inches across. So, beautiful can. I can't wait to polish that up a bit. Slap a coat of wax on that one. Yes, whatever we do, don't let us disturb you. Yes, do not let us disturb you. This next one, also beautiful. Let me see if I see a date on this one. This is a tiny little can. Do not see a date on it. I think it's late 40s, early 50s. Mopar Engine Care, fuel detergent and upper cylinder rust inhibitor, automotive, marine, and industrial engines. Check this baby out. Now, I haven't polished or waxed any of these. These are literally exactly as I found them. This thing is amazing. Look at the red, the blue, and the yellow on it. Metal can. Instructions on the back. That's exactly right, William. There is no doubt about that. This can's about 3 inches across, but it's only 1 7/8 inches tall. So she's a beauty. Yep, there goes the train. Now we're going to jump up to the 60s and get into some of these Mopar multi-purpose line green cans. Are we disturbing you now? Are we making too much noise? Starting off with these are paper label, so the fact that they're still here on some of these paper labels is amazing, but they do show a little bit of age. This first one, Mopar multi-purpose line cooling system, stop leak and sealer, net 1 pint. On the stop leak and sealer can. Like I said, this is a paper label. That's why we see some discoloration, staining on it. Original cap. Original info on the back. Hey, dummy. Matt's here. Now, this can is about 7 inches with the cap. And about 2.5 in diameter. 1 pint, fairly common size can on the Mopar cooling system, stop leak, and sealer. Next, we have the cooling system rust resistor and water pump lubricant. Same size can, 1 pint. The Mopar multi-purpose line. Original cap. A tear on the back of this one, because like I said, this series of these pints are paper label. But just not real common. I don't see a lot of these. I mean, you guys know I buy a lot of cans. And I've seen these green Mopar before, but I literally think these are the only ones that I've ever bought. Which, for as many cans as I buy, that's kind of odd. Hey, are we bothering you yet? The last one of this size. Oh, we're going to get up now. What do you think? Hey, look up here. Say hi to everybody. You gonna say hi to everybody? Hey, up here. Oh, you got something on your paw or something on your leg. Can we help you? Can we help you? Hey. Yeah, you can help me by getting out of my way so I can lay back down. Adam Briggs here, made it over on YouTube tonight. All right, let's catch one more of these pints. Automobile polish in the green Mopar multi-purpose line. Once again, same size can, 1 pint, original black cap, instructions on the back, paper label on this metal can. We're not bothering you by working around you, are we? All right, a couple more of these cans. In the green Mopar multi-service line. The next one, these are all metal cans, but one more of them does have a paper label. This one is a painted metal can for Mopar crankcase detergent with rust inhibitor. Now, obviously, we see this is definitely shinier and brighter. This is one of the painted ones. Like I said, I've got them both ways. That's what I'm thinking, man, because like I said, I don't think I've got any. Out of the hundreds, if not thousands of cans I've got and have bought over the years, I don't think I've ever bought any these green Mopars. Like I said, I've seen them, but I've never had the chance to buy them. I'm curious, Max, I couldn't find much on them. A little over 4 inches tall. All I can find is 60s and about 3 inches in diameter, but really couldn't find a lot of good information on these green Mopar multi-service line cans. Tried to look up green Mopar can, and I got 100 websites for Mopar colors. Yes. Are we bothering you with all these cans? The next one, and this is a painted quart, but it is also the most damaged. Good colors, but big dent. And it is still full. I don't know if I can drain it and get it to blow out or not. Bill says 70s, 80s. Maybe they were. Everything I saw was 60s, and that's what I was thinking. There's Nick Squires. Mopar multi-purpose line, fast start winter oil additive. Now, this can does have a big dent in it right here and right here. Don't know if I'm going to make it to McPherson or not. We're going to Lawrence Swap Meet. If we get done in Lawrence and get back in time, we're going to try to come through McPherson. It just depends on what happens at the swap meet on Saturday. So, obviously, great colors. It is still full. Brand new. Metal can. Just pretty good whammies there. So, I don't know if I can, drain this from the bottom and put some air to it, if any of that will pop out or not. But regardless, there again, like I said, this stuff is not common and they're not easy to find. So, I didn't care. Like I said, I didn't have any. I was excited to get it. And the last one, and this thing is super cool, but it's one of the paper label, and it actually has a tear on it. But I was so excited about this one. Mopar multi-purpose line, high performance automatic transmission fluid. Check this one out. Unfortunately, this is a tear in the paper. This is a metal can wrapped with a paper label. High performance automatic transmission fluid with the checkered flags on it. So I thought that one was absolutely great. Just obviously it's got the tear in it there, but like I said, these were this guy's duplicates. So I was fortunate to be able to have the opportunity just to buy his duplicates, and was really excited to get what we came up with just on these. Like I said, for as seldom as these come up, I was really excited to add this batch to my collection. Right? Is that good with you? You all right? You okay with everything? So, there you have it. Some cool Mopar cans. Now, if you guys caught the short, you'll notice there were some other colored Mopar cans in there. Those are coming up a little bit later. I don't know if we'll get to them next week or the week after. We still got to do it. I promise you guys a Toy Tuesday from the cockpit. I got all these amazing brochures today that we're definitely going to check it out. Did they have engine oil and brake fluid? I'm sure they probably did, William. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to buy these cans before, so I don't know a lot about them. I was just happy to get the ones that I did get, but I'm sure they probably did. Time for a sign, okay? We'll get working a sign here in just a minute, but we got a lot more cool Mopar cans coming up, as well as this killer literature I got today. We still got stuff from the last auction piled over there. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming up on some Toy Tuesdays. So, sneaker advertising. All right, signs. I guess we need to keep working our way down the upper part of the wall over here. And we'll catch another sign. That's kind of what I thought, Kenny. I've seen them, but just never had the chance to buy them. That did pop up, Tweely D, when I was trying to research these. I did see that one pop up. So they are out there. It's not like they're unobtainable. But I don't just, personally for me, I don't like just going on eBay and buying cans or signs or anything like that. One, signs are usually fake. And two, that takes the fun out of it for me, really. I'm going to swap meet with some friends of mine from Pitt State, run into a dude that I used to work for with Chrysler, reconnected there. That's what this is about. For me, that's why I was so excited about it. The way this whole thing worked. Reconnecting with the guy from Chrysler, my buddy was there, he got some parts for it. That's what makes the experience worth it, and that's why we do this. Having your friends, your neighbors, being part of this hobby, that's what makes it worth it. So that's why I don't get really too excited about just jumping on eBay. Everything on eBay is marked up. I mark everything I put up on everything I put on eBay is marked up. Everything has to be. You know, because they take, when they're taking around 20%, you got to factor that in. So yeah, almost every single thing I've got on eBay, I would sell it cheaper than what's on there, unless it's like there's a few things on there that are 25 or 30 bucks that there isn't much room on. But like I sold a hood. I sold a hood on eBay today. The hood was marked up 100 bucks, and then I had to take the freight amount and mark that up to cover the fees on the freight as well. So I mean, that hood was 150, 160 bucks more than I would have sold it for just because of eBay. So anyway, sign: swap meet is better, but nothing here in Sioux Falls. The Snickers sign is next door, so we'll get that worked in as well. So anyway, that's right, Kenny. If you don't factor all that expense in, and that's what I always tell people, call me, look me up, call me. I'm not that hard to find. Always happy to work with somebody on that stuff. All right, let's move on over to another sign. This one's going to be a soda pop sign. That's why I was surprised that this one. There's Alan. Like I said, 10 or 15 vendors, and I bought. Of course, we unloaded my buddy's stuff, but we filled my pickup out of 10 or 15 vendors. So I was pretty excited about that. I mean, there was I bought a 66 or 67 Impala console, some Corvette bumpers, Ram Charger parts, all these boxes of Mopar parts with these cans. So it's just like I said, for a small swap meet, and last year I got all those signs there. So I was really excited about that as well. So, all right, let's go over here and catch a sign. This one's going to be a soda sign. I think it's a Peter Max, I believe. And this is actually not one that I picked out. Shayla picked this one out. We were at a sign auction, and she's like, that's really cool. This 7-Up is a 1970, I believe, Peter Max piece. It's in amazing condition. It has great colors. It is kind of a flange on the bottom. That's why it's sitting up there mounted that way. It's about 3 foot long. Obviously, I can't really get up there to measure it, but about 3 foot long, about 10 inches tall, on the really cool Peter Max 7-Up. I assume that was probably like a rack display sign, but great colors and great condition. So we'll go reset back over here, and then I'll check those comments. So. All right, let's see what we had pop up for comments. Yeah, it does belong to a VW van. So, yeah, it's a cool piece. Like I said, we were at an auction. Shayla actually picked that out. She's like, that is really cool. I love the colors on it, so we snagged that as well. And that was several years ago. Those signs have gotten extremely popular and really pretty valuable over the last several years, just like all signs have. But the Peter Max 7-Up stuff seems to have been doing exceptionally well here over the last few years. So, yeah, it definitely got the 60s hippie vibe. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, that pretty much is what we've got for tonight. We'll flip this around one more time. You get another quick look at these cans all lined up, as well as tonight's helper, who did nothing but sleep. Yes, it is you of who we speak. Yes, it is you of who we speak. But the really cool earlier ones, yeah, Kenny, that has shipped. And that's why I didn't respond. It was almost 9 o'clock here, so I'm done. I'm tapped out, guys. Soda machine's what Bill said. But yeah, it's been shipped. It's on the way. Should be there any day. I think this is maybe late 50s because of this symbol on the crankcase detergent and rust inhibitor. And then, of course, our killer green multi-purpose line Mopar cans. Jeff from Ottawa's here. Thanks, Matt. 7-Up originated in 1929 in St. Louis. So, yeah, I do like cans. We've got, like I said, as you guys know, we've got a lot of cans, and I was really excited about these. Puddin' Creek Rod Shop has Dixie Gas up. Okay, I have not seen that. I've heard a lot about Dixie Gas. I've never been to it. All right, you're going to say night-night? Hey, you going to tell everybody night-night? Hey, you going to tell everybody night-night? You really don't care. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to get back to work. Obviously, been kind of a crazy week. Yeah, it's quite a ways away from me. Kevin Brown on Toy Tuesday for the first time. Glad you made it tonight, Kevin. Obviously, things have been bananas for me. The gathering a week and a half ago. Out of town working with Pitt State this last weekend. Swap meet. And then try to get a few things done this week. Back on the road. Another swap meet Friday and Saturday in Lawrence, Kansas. So maybe we'll catch some of you there. I do know Rico and Jess will be there as well. Looking forward to that. So anyhow, I'm going to get some work done. Thanks for stopping by tonight. I got the last Pioneer Village video that I had in the can. I got it up last night if you guys missed that. Their new display, they are moving forward in their displays, and they do have a new display coming together. As time marches on, they need more displays keeping up with the way things have changed, obviously, in the last 70 years. There's Billy Bowman. Been some massive changes. They're working on that. The last video I had from them is up now. Obviously, a ton of new inventory I need to get up with you guys. We've got, I got a 41 Chevy truck video that's already loaded, 63 Ford. I got that 53 Dodge today. I got a 51 GMC. I've got the 68 Camaro, the 71 Camaro. I've got a load to go look at Thursday. Glenn's got a load for me to go look at next week, our good friend Glenn. Yeah. And I got a call on a deal yesterday that has been working for about a year and a half. And I've got to go look at it in 3 weeks. And I think there's a couple dozen there. So they said in about 3 weeks there's going to have some time to start doing something with that stuff. So there is a lot of stuff going on. But that's what we're here for. That's what I do. So stay tuned. We'll get some more of that content up tomorrow and Friday night as well. We may try to bring in some swap meet stuff Friday night. We'll see how things go at the swap meet on Friday. But we'll sure try to get some content shot Friday. And hopefully we'll have some Wi-Fi at the hotel and be ready to upload. And we'll see how that shakes out. If not, we'll definitely have some swap meet footage for you next week. So, 70. Oh, yeah. I haven't even picked up the 70 Caprice yet. That's a whole nother deal. There's a 70 Caprice, 68 Impala two-door hardtop, 74 Le Mans. That's a whole nother deal. And that stuff's already bought. I just haven't picked it up. So, anyway. That's kind of how things are going. Kind of crazy. You don't even have time to go pick stuff up. But got one today. We'll get some more here next week. And I'm going to get back to work. Stay tuned. More cool stuff coming up this week. We sure hope to see you all right back here 7 o'clock Sunday night for some Sunday night live chat. And thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll see you soon on the next video. We'll definitely hope to see you Sunday night. Thanks for being here tonight, everybody.